everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. I'm currently recording this before Christmas, so I hope your Christmas was good. This should be out on New Year's Eve, so I hope your New Year's is good. Today is just a quick build. I am building a little converted church. And I was looking through Pinterest and I saw quite a few of these come up in my recommendation, and I thought they were really pretty. A lot of them were very modern and very, very nicely done. They had a lot of lofts and things in them, which is a little bit harder to do in The Sims. And I kind of wanted to go something a little bit more old looking. I didn't want it to be super duper modern or as extravagant as some of the others. I wanted it to be kind of more of a starter home. It is a little bit more expensive than a starter home. I think it ended up around 25,000 simoleons. It was a little bit over that, which is still fairly affordable in The Sims. Like, you can always just use free real estate on, like I do, or you could work for a little bit and then move into this home. And the idea with this is that your Sims could live here and renovate it themselves and make it into a more modern home. Maybe they put an extension on the back, make it a bit of a family home. This lot, however, was really painful to build on because anytime I tried to turn it around and do anything at the back, the camera would jump up onto the bridge. So that was kind of painful, but it wasn't too bad. I managed to get it all to work in the end, and I'm pretty happy with the final product. It's not anything too fancy schmancy, it's just a little bit basic. And it does have everything your Sims need. I put a little easel out the front with a yard and some debug plants. It's obviously got a decent kitchen, a decent bathroom, a desk and computer, a television, and it is lofted. So there is everything your Sims need. It is quite small, and I did try to restrict the packs I used. So in the end, I only used Base Game, Get Together, and Strangerville, which probably isn't the best combination of three because I don't really know how many people have the Strangerville pack. I know it's not that popular. I definitely haven't really played with it. I only got it for the build items because I did really like some of the build items that came with it, and I had pretty much every other pack, so I just felt like I should finish off my collection with that one. Anyhow, I used the windows and the fencing and the stair rails from Strangerville. So if you don't have the pack, there's really not that much to change out. I did try and use mostly Base Game and Get Together, so it is fairly accessible. And I do want to try and create more accessible builds like this, where I only use maybe 1 or 2 packs to try and create a home, just so more people can download it. Because I know even when I build like a tiny home, I've definitely noticed that I managed to use almost every single pack somehow, which is a bit ridiculous for anyone trying to download it that doesn't have every single pack. So that was my thinking with this one, and I have created a couple of other Base Game builds and 1 pack only builds, and I definitely want to start creating some more. Maybe I'll do like a roulette of games, or of packs, sorry, and maybe use 1 pack and then use another pack and then restart the cycle. I do want to definitely focus a lot on Base Game because I think the Base Game has some really interesting stuff and I do enjoy building with it. I think it can be really fun. So that's my thinking. Anyway, this home it's just pretty basic, as you can see. I am not sure if the bookshelf is accessible behind the lounge. I think because your Sims don't actually have to physically interact with it, they should still be able to get things out of it. And you may have noticed that I put in some fairly expensive furniture so far, but I did go back through and swap it all out for lower end appliances just so it was more affordable, because I figured a home this tiny, it'd be quite fun to renovate, especially since it's not particularly pretty inside. It's not anything fancy, but it would be a really fun gameplay home, I think, and I'm pretty tempted myself to play in it, which is very unlike me because I don't particularly like playing the Sims itself. I'd much rather just build homes and come up with storylines for the Sims. I don't really enjoy acting out the storylines myself, I suppose. I ended up putting some windows on the back of the build, so there's a lot of natural light in this, which I do think is pretty common with churches. They usually have a fair amount of natural light coming in, and they do look really nice inside. It wasn't as extravagant as I wanted either. I had a lot of very big plans for this, but it ended up being a lot more simple than I originally intended, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There's not really anything outside for your Sims to do either. It's a very simple home. But as I said, you can always add your own things in later. If you've got other packs, you can always add different gameplay items to it and make it your own home, which I think's particularly fun. There's not really a yard or anything either. Everything's very interior focused, and I guess that just helps reflect the idea that it is actually a church and it was once a church. But I'm not too mad about that. Anyway, the build's nearly over. It is a really fast one today. I'm sorry about that. I hope you all have a happy new year. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to download it, it will be up on the gallery. My Origin ID is ZoeKate12. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.